Hey guys, so in today's video, I'm going to be going through all of my February favorites, and I have a ton of stuff, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into it right now. I know last month I did more like lifestyle kind of stuff. This month I actually have a ton of beauty and new cosmetic products that I'm really excited about. And the main reason I have so many new beauty products to share with you guys today is because of my drugstore challenge video that I did. But you guys saw in that video, I used a foundation that I really liked, and that's actually gonna be the first thing that I have to talk about today. So this is the Loreal Infallible Pro Matte 24-Hour Foundation. And I don't know what it was about this foundation that made me want to pick it up. I have no idea. I was just automatically drawn to it. A lot of times I'll use new products in videos or tutorials and I'll enjoy it, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to reach for it every single day. I might use it every once in a while, but this, I have actually been using this instead of MAC Studio Fix, instead of Makeup Forever. This is a really incredible foundation. It kind of looks like a powder when you actually put it on. It never even really looks like a liquid. This is in the shade 106, which is Sun Beige. It has a really nice full coverage. It dries really nicely. It doesn't separate on my skin throughout the day. I feel like I can't say enough good things about this foundation. I'm very excited about it. I will definitely repurchase it. Also, I loved about it was that it was sealed. So on the lid, it had a little foil thing. That's a huge thing for me just when I buy makeup, just because of hygiene and germs, and I'm kind of paranoid. It always helps when something has a seal on it that you buy from the drugstore. A lot of times they don't have seals and anybody can like stick their finger in it. But this one was sealed, so that's another reason why I love this. I went and bought this powder. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte 16 hour, so this one's not 24 hour like the liquid. I don't know if this is a foundation or if it's supposed to be a setting powder to the liquid that they have, but that's what I've been using it for, is just a setting powder. Because I loved the liquid so much in my drugstore video, I went out and bought the powder. And what shade did I get? I got shade... Where is it? That's strange. Okay, so I can't find my shade on here. I'm pretty sure it was on the sticker on the front and I ripped that off, but that's kind of weird. But I'm pretty sure this was shade 2 or 300. I'm pretty sure that's what it went by, but I will definitely find out and put it down below. But this is a really great setting powder if you're like me and you like to look more matte all over your face. And if you're like me, if you like to look more matte all over your face and then add your highlight to areas that you wanna specifically highlight, not have it everywhere and be dewy, this is an incredible setting powder, so I also recommend this. So my next favorite product is actually the Maybelline Master Conceal Camouflaging Concealer in the shade Light Medium. I can't believe how much I really love this concealer, and similar to the foundation, I have been using this instead of my MAC Select cover-up every day. A lot of you guys wanted to know after I filmed the drugstore video, how did all those products hold up? Really well. Everything was like fantastic. This held up really well. I'm wearing it today around my eyes and it doesn't crease. It just looks really good. And what I love about this one is the light medium shade. It conceals around my eye area and it also conceals any blemishes that I might have on my face. So before I would use 2 different shades of MAC concealer, one a little bit more yellow, one a little bit more pink. To do different things on my face. This one is kind of like an all-in-one product. So I do have my Makeup Forever HD foundation. I know I already talked about the L'Oreal one, but I just wanted to share this one really quick too, in case you can't find your shade for the L'Oreal one or whatever it might be. This is another favorite foundation that I have. This is shade number 127, which is very similar to shade 106, which is in the L'Oreal foundation. I wore this for like 3 days before I did my drugstore video, and I love the way that it made my skin look, and I love the way that it made my skin feel. When I had really incredibly, terribly oily skin, this foundation worked really well for me. So before I started taking the spironolactone that I take for my face, I was using that foundation, and it holds up really well for oily skin, and it also holds up for really long periods of time, because I used to wear it when I worked for Target, and I would put it on at like 5 or 6 a.m. and then it would last all day and all night long. I know it's extremely expensive compared to the L'Oreal one that I talked about, but if that one doesn't work out for you, this one is a little bit more like, I guess just less matte on my face. It doesn't have like a dewy finish, it just doesn't have as matte of a finish. Next favorite thing is this bronzer. This was the NYC Color Wheel Mosaic Face Powder in the shade All Over Bronze Glow. So I use this one as a bronzer on my skin, and I also use some of the shades in here as transition colors in my eyeshadow. I'm still using it every single day. I really love the way that this looks on my skin. It just adds a really nice bronzy, a little bit warmer glow without being orange. I just really like this product. I've been reaching for this over Galactic, which you guys know I love that bronzer, but I just like the glow that this one gives me. Next thing I have is the NYX Conceal, Correct, and Contour Concealer Palette. I don't know why I'm talking like that. So this is in the shade medium, and this is what I got in the NYX gift bag from a while ago. And I did film an all NYX tutorial, but I'm putting out this video first. So I love this palette. This palette is great because you can use it to contour if you want like your cheekbones. I always find it way easier to contour with powder on my cheekbones, but I use these two center shades, depending on how bronze I am that day, just to give a little bit of shading right in here on the nose. Especially if I do a winged eyeliner, it tends to make my eyes look a little bit further apart. So adding just like a subtle contour right here will help to kind of bring it back together. So these are really nice cream contour colors. They're not too warm, which a lot of cream contours can be like really intensely orange, especially if you have fairer skin. And then I did use this shade in my all NYX video, and I used it to color correct right here any darkness that I had, like the bluish kind of purpley darkness from under eye circles, underneath concealer, and it works really well. It doesn't crease up around the eyes, which is awesome. I don't know how much this is, but I'm assuming it's pretty inexpensive, but I've been using this palette every single day and I love it. What's next? Okay, so next I have a couple blushes, and you guys, I did share with you guys that I'm totally a blush freak. I love buying blushes. It's like one of my favorite things to do. So I have two different ones for you today, and I did already touch on this one a little bit in like a haul video I did not too long ago. This is the City Color Be Matte Blush in the color Papaya. I just really love how like warm and subtle this blush is. I do have it on right now. I layered two different blushes on today just because I didn't only want to wear one. I'm like obsessed with putting blush on. I feel like it just totally ties a look together and just makes it look finished. So this is a really amazing blush. I think these are like $4 or something, and there's a ton of product in here. So I love this shade. I think this would look good on so many different skin tones, and it's so funny how much my blush colors have adjusted over the past year. When I first started my channel, I only wore nude or like nudish pink lipstick and pink blush. And now I'm wearing like blushes like this, which are more of like a warm kind of nectar-y color. It's just kind of funny to think about how much I've changed. So the next favorite blush that I have is Milani. Oh shit. So this is the Luminoso blush, but this, I'm pretty much talking about all the Milani blushes. People have talked to me about it before, but I never was interested in them because I saw shimmer, and I was never a huge fan of baked products either, but that's just why I never had any interest in buying them. And then I finally just tried one out and I was obsessed. This has to be my favorite shade right now. This is Luminoso, and I think this would look amazing on so many different skin tones. I did buy a few other shades too, but I've been so busy using this one every single day that I haven't even gotten around to using the other shades that I bought. So these are like my two favorite blushes of life right now. All right, next favorite product that I have, this is the Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetics loose color. So it's basically a pigment, and this is in the color Flicker. And what's cool about this, I actually used this in a video. It was a DIY collab with Michelle Phan, Desi Crispy, and Kristen Dominique. It actually just went live on her channel, so I'll link it down below. But I did like galaxy lips, which is a lot of fun. I don't know if you guys saw it on my Instagram, but it was like just galaxy lips. But I'll link that video down below because I thought it came out really, really good. I'm never really that attracted to pigments on their own just because they're kind of hard to use and you always have to like use a base and blah, blah, blah. But this one I use as a highlight on my face. So it's kind of like a tan, melony, golden pigment. So I do have it on right now. It just adds like even more of a glow to the skin, kind of like the Milani blushes, but just more. I'm always like, more, give me more. I think this would look really good on a lot of skin tones because it's more of like a finish than an actual intense color. So let me see if I can show you. So there it is, see? Right? Oh, the next thing that I have is a brand of jewelry that I wanted to share with you guys. So I wore this necklace in my, I can't remember which video it was, but you guys really loved it. I've just been experimenting with more jewelry lately. Typically, this is the only thing that I wear. These are diamond studs, which everybody asks me all the time where they're from or if they're real. They're not real. They're from Target. $24.99 for a 3-pack, and this is just what I wear every day. I always thought that jewelry was like too overwhelming on me. I thought like I was too petite to pull it off, but I've been trying it out lately and I really like it. So this brand of jewelry that I've been wearing is Irie Mi. I just love these pieces. I feel like they're so pretty and they're so delicate on the skin. But I've also worn a couple other pieces that are like really dramatic and intense and look really good with the boho style. But I just really love all the pieces that are in the collection. So I wanted to share it with you guys. I know I don't talk about jewelry a lot, and I rarely wear necklaces just because I'm allergic to most metals and nickel and pretty much everything, but I really like this stuff. Next thing that I have is eyeshadow, and these are from NYX. I'm like 99% sure these are new, like part of their spring collection this year. These are the prismatic eyeshadows, and you guys will see I used one of them in my all NYX video because I'm like obsessed with them. The only thing is I've been doing really neutral looks lately, so it's kind of hard to like stick this in a neutral eyeshadow look. But these shadows are incredible. They are essentially a pressed pigment or a foiled shadow formula, but they are like crazy pigmented. So this one is the color Mermaid. This is probably my favorite one to swatch. Get out of here, look at that. Love this color, Amaze. This is one of my favorites, and this one is really pretty. This is more of like a neutral color. This one's called Liquid Gold. Some of you guys have asked me if these are similar to the Urban Decay, what are those shadows called? Transforming? I think I named it that. Urban Decay Moonstone shadows, like the one that I used in my tutorial, the Solstice color. Those shadows are more of like a finish and like a transforming finish to it rather than like a super pigmented eyeshadow, if that makes sense. This one's really pretty too. This one's called Blue Jeans, but you can tell they're like insanely pigmented. So a lot of people have been asking me on Instagram when I post pictures, like, you look, something's different, you're doing something different, can't put my finger on it, what is it? It's because I've been tanning. This is what I would look like probably if I was in the sun, maybe like 3 days a week or something, which I'm not. I'm like rarely in direct sunlight without sunscreen on. Okay, so this is the Loving Tan Deluxe Bronzing Mousse, which is an instant bronzer, self-tanner, and moisturizer. This is in the color dark. It says for medium to dark skin tones. I have the medium one, and I just wanted to be more tan than the medium one, but if you are ultra fair to even my skin tone, medium would be good for you, but if you wanna get like this bronziness that I got going on right now, I would recommend getting the dark one. I don't really use self-tanners that often. You've probably only heard me talk about one, which was the Sephora Self-Tanning Face Water, which I use from time to time, but it was like a nice color, but it wasn't an amazing color. So I did just a little bit on my arm just to kind of test it out. This gives you like an amazing, I mean, you can see it on me right now. Like, this is not me going out in the sunlight. This is just from using this. I use it like once a week. I don't even give it a chance to wash off because I love the color that it gives me so much. So I put my CeraVe moisturizer on first, and then I mix some of this with my moisturizer to do my hands and like my chest and my face. But on the rest of my body, I just put it on with the little tanning mitt, and it gives me such an amazing, like, you were just in Cancun for 2 weeks glow. Next thing that I have is some pants. I put up a little selfie on Snapchat wearing my cozy pants, and you guys want to know where these are from. These are from Target. They're just like boho, stretchy, comfortable. What's fabulous is they have pockets in them, and these are Mossimo. They're just really comfortable pants, and what I love about these is they look like I tried harder than if I put sweatpants on. So if I wear this with like a white tank or something and a jean jacket, it looks like, you know, I actually cared that day instead of leaving the house with just like straight up like men's sweatpants on. So that wraps up all of my February favorites. Let me know what you guys think if you use any of the products that I used. I know a lot of you are using that Infallible foundation now, so I want to hear your thoughts on it. So I guess that's it, and I will see you guys in my next video.